always say block out all the noise. Think about the things that you've loved for years. Think about the things that you keep coming back to. Think about the things that excite you, the colors you feel good around. And a lot of times I like to lean into inspiration from a favorite movie or a favorite place you've traveled. Even a favorite fashion designer can help with interesting color combinations. So I definitely don't think you should look to what your neighbors are doing, because that's already been done and it's no fun. Dive into what makes you weird and unique and go all the way with it. I think the greatest compliment we can get as designers is when our clients say that the home perfectly reflects their taste. This client was involved in the whole process, and I would say that it completely represents her. She gave us everything from colors of her clothing to tear-outs in magazines to photos from hotels that she was at, all sorts of bits and pieces of information that helped us make this home truly feel like her. This home is full of personal details, a lot of inspiration from the client's grandmother, a lot of their own personal love story. I think that leads to that kind of forever home feel for people, and we love creating those. I am all about individuality, if you haven't noticed. It makes the process so much more fun and so much more interesting. For us as designers, we really like to get into the nitty-gritty, and I think the wackier the ideas, the better, and we really have fun taking clients' ideas that maybe we're not seeing everywhere in the magazines, or we're not seeing everywhere on Pinterest or on Instagram, and we're just designing it really for them, for their taste, for their dreams, for their ideas. And that's what really gets me excited. One of the big ways I think it's represented is in the color palette. She has a very specific color palette that includes lots of moody colors, lots of jewel tones. It's so much fun when people really start to develop their own personal color palette, and then the design process sort of flows from there. The vision for this house was to respect the age of the house. This house is a beautiful historic home. It has so many great original details still throughout, and we really wanted to embrace those in the design. Obviously, kitchens and bathrooms need to be updated to current standards, but we like to do it with an eye to history. I think what I'm most proud of in this project is the attention to detail. Our team at Summer Thornton really did an amazing job of keeping up with every single detail requested and detail needed to complete this job. When you're in the space, you really can just feel that attention to detail, and you discover it time after time when you're in each space. This is a question that we get asked a lot, and it is really tricky. A lot of times when we're in the studio, I'm cursing, like, why do we not just use neutrals? It would be so much easier to make everything go together. But in a way, it's really like this giant decorative puzzle. And one of the things we do is we lay everything out, all the fabrics, all the colors, all the details in the room, so we can see them all and see their adjacent rooms side by side. And that makes sure that we have a really nice, consistent flow throughout the space, because while each room is its own room, we definitely want the entire house to feel like the same house for the same person and really flow. So one little interesting detail in this home is this room that I'm sitting in is now the bar. While it is decoratively somewhat of an extension of the living room, it is at the same time its own room. I think it's a really fun surprise that when you turn the corner, there's a bar table, and this is a great place for the client to entertain, and it's also just a great place to hide from the rest of your family and sit back here and have a drink by yourself. I want people's home to be the place they want to be most. So I know when I walk into my home, I feel that way, and I really want that for all of my clients, for them to feel like this is the happiest place for them in the world.